Hi everybody, welcome to my workshop. I just wanted to give you an update with seeing as there's less than 2 weeks to go before we set off for Glasgow. Um, your support is hugely appreciated. I know the charity Think Malawi appreciates it. They're a great charity to support. They do good work in Malawi for children's education projects, and uh, they're not about the money, they're about the cause, fully supported by volunteers, and all of the money goes directly to the cause. So thank you very much. If you haven't supported us yet, there's still time. Every little bit helps. I thought I would run you through what it takes to ride 500 miles over 6 days between two major cities. We'll see, we can only plan for so much. We'll potentially have headwinds, big hills, rain, snow, hopefully not, but we are heading into Scotland, so we'll see. Anyway, let me show you how I plan on carrying everything. We will be stopping 3 times a day to resupply, and we have a vehicle that'll meet us at the end of each day with the larger sort of toolkit and spares, just in case we need those. Other than that, everything will be carried on the bikes with us. So I'm going to show you how we go about doing that. So here's my bike set up with all the bags already. As you can see, 3-part system. I've got a tail pack, a frame pack, and a handlebar roll waiting to be packed up. My heaviest things will all sit in the middle here to keep the center of balance as low as possible and central to the 2 wheels, obviously. I can also access that really easily and quickly. It's got a nice big zip along the side, and so if we snap a chain, break a spoke, whatever it might be, get a puncture, I can get in there, get what I need, make the repair, zip it all up and carry on riding. Bulkier things that I only need in the evenings will all go into the tail pack over here. Toiletries, change of clothes, all of that sort of jazz. The front bag over there, this roll bag, will carry all of my waterproofs, things I'm going to access on the ride if I need to, stopping, grabbing them, waterproofs, arm warmers, leg warmers, odds and ends like that. And then I have a 4th bag which sits on the front over here and is accessible whilst I ride. All of my tech will be inside there. Anything I need to grab whilst I'm riding, food, gels, things like that. And then, as you can see on the counter over here, I have a range of items that make up my spares kit, my parts, and all that. Let me run through those really quickly. I have a batch of lights here, nighttime front light in case it gets dark before we reach the destination, tail light and daylight running light, plus a headlamp and a couple of backup batteries here to charge everything up whilst I'm riding in between stops. I have some wet wipes here, always useful, and laundry sheets just so I can do some washing up each evening. I have some dental floss and a sewing kit, surprisingly useful. I can stitch up a sidewall of a tire. Any bags that rip, we'd be able to stitch up with that. You name it. Spare tubes, obviously for punctures. I have some meds here, things like antihistamines, paracetamols, etc. Blister plasters, really important with the amount of riding we're doing. If we end up with a blister, you want to be able to sort that out pretty quickly. Earplugs, these are critical. If you cannot sleep, you're not going to perform the following day, and nothing worse than riding over 100 kilometers feeling drowsy and unhappy. First aid kit, obviously. This one here, chamois cream, probably the most important thing on this countertop. The amount of time we're going to spend in the saddle, we need to be taking care of the nether regions. Some multi-tools. This one's cycling specific with a chain breaker on it. In case you break a chain, I can take off any broken links, slot in a chain quick link. This is a more generic multi-tool, obviously. Pliers in there, knives, saws, files, pry bars, you name it. a basic lock just to be able to latch everything up and keep it safe whilst we dash into a store if we need to. Moving on to puncture repair, we've got CO2 bombs, pump, CO2 head. This is just a couple of bags of lube just to keep chains lubed up, tie levers, super glue, and a collection of different types of patches, quick patches, old school patches, tubeless plugs, everything we need there. Then moving on to here, I've got basic spares, a derailleur hanger for my bike, an emergency universal derailleur hanger, spare batteries, quick links, spare brake pads, a selection of little nuts and bolts in here, rotor bolts, chain set bolts. I've got valve cores in there. I have spoke nipples, cable ends. I've got a shredder to press to converter so we can pump up at a petrol station if we need to, and various other nuts and bolts that might rattle loose whilst we're going. And then last but not least, I have cable ties and duct tape because, well, what can't you fix with that? And paracord. Incredibly strong and incredibly light and surprisingly useful. If we need to, we can tow somebody with this. We can strap things onto the bike with it. You name it. It's light, it's strong, it's useful to tuck into a corner. My hydration pack, which will probably sit in the frame pack over there, or I might decide to take bottles, in which case they will fit onto this saddle with this bracket at the back over here, and I will have a bottle hanging off of each side. So that's how you carry equipment for a 6-day ride over 500 miles. Hopefully that was informative. Hopefully it gives you some insight into what we'll be going through. And yes, once again, thank you for your support. It's all appreciated. Every little bit helps. And we look forward to setting off next in 10 days. Thank you.